and sweet series of exercises that you can do at your desk once, if not twice, during the day. Super short and sweet, and covering all major parts of the body that are affected by an excessively sedentary lifestyle. So things to counteract that shrugging forward and that hunched, stooped posture at your desk. And even if you feel a little bit self-conscious in the beginning, please carry on with the exercises. You will see, if not feel, noticeable benefits almost immediately. The first thing we're going to start with is more of a grounding exercise. Important to be on a fixed chair. So if you are in a chair that has wheels, rather swap, okay, and find something with a little bit more stability. You're going to come to find an upright seated position. Feet are at 90 degrees, so checking that they're going straight down, heels are lining up underneath the knees. You're not sitting backwards onto the chair. If anything else, you're more towards the edge. Okay? I like to suggest placing the hands onto the knees, just encouraging a sense of not only grounding through the feet, but also through the palms of the hands. Soften the gaze even better, closing the eyes. And you're going to take 5 deep breaths for me. And if you can, try to breathe in through the nostrils. And once again, out through the nostrils. Continue. Two more breaths. Just gently begin to blink the eyes open. On your next exhalation, you're going to turn the chin to your right hand side. About 60 to 70% of your maximum range. As you inhale, bring the chin back to neutral. Exhale, turning over to your left, staying nice and relaxed in the shoulders. Inhale, come back to neutral. We're going to do that one more time to each side. Exhale, looking to your right. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale again, over to the left. And coming back to center. Following that, you're going to drop the chin forward and very gently just start to circle. Encouraging the chin to follow the line of the collarbones. And also feel free, if there's a position in the rotation that gives you a really nice release, hold here for a few breaths before continuing in that circular pattern. Some of you might feel comfortable to move into a full rotation here. If you do drop the head behind the shoulders, move really slowly, mindfully, and then making sure you change direction. This is very much a warm-up, so nothing too drastic for the neck. Bring the chin back to neutral, one of my all-time favorite shoulder shrugs. We're going to inhale, hunch those shoulders to the ears, and then exhale, side out through the mouth. And let the shoulders drop back down. We'll repeat that. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, side out. Let's do that 2 more times. Side out through the mouth. 1 more time. And side out. Come to interlace the fingers. We're going to press up as high overhead as you can with an exhale, leaning over to your right hand side, but make sure that left sit bone hasn't shifted away from your chair. Inhale, come back up to neutral, still pressing up to the ceiling. Exhale, over to your left. Again, right sit bone stays pushing back into the chair. 1 more to each side. Try and follow the breath pattern, reaching up. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, drop over to the side. Okay, feeling that release into the rib cage. pressing up. Exhale one more time. Again, really opening up, stretching into the right side of the body. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let those fingertips float down. We're going to work into the wrists, so bringing the arm out in line with the shoulders. Opposite hand is applying a little bit of pressure, okay, pushing back, so we're feeling a nice release into that top forearm muscle, okay. Great for how much time we're spending on our phones at the moment, or if you're working with the mouse on a laptop. Gently release, reverse that, so fingertips are facing upwards, and again just applying pressure and checking in that that arm is staying in line with the shoulders. Let's do that one more time each way, so fingertips are facing to the floor, pressure from the hands. Okay, you can also do this stretch up against a wall. Fingertips facing upwards, good. And gently release. Changing sides, so same thing, opposite hand. Fingertips facing down, a little bit of pressure to the back of the hand. Gently release, fingertips face upwards. Again, that arm is staying in line with the shoulder. Good. Once more each way, fingertips are folding down and relaxed, still straight in the spine. Good. Fingertips facing up. And gently release. Quite nice to do a few wrist releases, just give a little bit of a circle, rotation, move into the fingertips. We're going to come into what we call a seated cat stretch. Hands come back onto the knees. So really important here, I want you to think of rounding as much into the upper back as you can, and then as you slide the hands back up the legs, you're opening, broadening across the collarbones, okay? So feel that out for yourself. So rounding, making space between the shoulder blades, and then reversing that, bringing them back towards one another. So from the side, notice I'm rounding, particularly into that upper back, giving a nice stretch. And then opening, stretching, broadening across the collarbones. Two more times together, rounding forward. Even get that chin to engage, tuck it back to the throat. And then hands sliding up. Good. Almost like you're trying to get the elbows to touch behind you. One more. Good. And sliding the hands back up. Good. Well done. Coming into your chair pigeon. Think of making a figure four shape. So we're going to cross the right leg over the left. Okay, so my ankle bone isn't sitting on the leg, it's just off, and there's no direct weight onto the knee. There are a few variations here. All of them involve the same start. So always inhale, find length into the spine. And as you exhale, you might get a strong enough release into that right glute just by adding pressure from the palm to the knee. Gently release, slightly stronger variation, again, inhale, find length, and this time as you exhale, a little bit of pressure, but I'm moving forward. The chin is always tucking back to the throat. I'm staying straight in the spine and feeling a deep release into the right glute muscles. And you can hold here for anything from 5 to 10 breaths. And then inhale to release. Lifting up, making sure that knee is tracking straight, give it a little bit of a shake out. Same thing to the other side, so making that figure four shape. Ankle bone is off of the knee to the upper thigh. First variation, inhale, length into the spine, and exhale, pushing with the left palm to the left knee while staying straight in the spine. Good. Gently release. We'll go into option 2, inhale long in the spine, exhale to come forward. Awareness of the position of the chin. Two more breaths. Well done. Inhale, release that pressure coming back up. Knee is tracking straight. Release and give a little bit of a walk out. The next twist I find is a lot easier if you come to sit sideways onto your chair. You're bringing your opposite hand to the front knee and then taking the hand behind you and coming into a twist looking past that back shoulder. And actually physically hold onto the chair. So this is where those chairs with wheels would not be a good option. Again, holding for about 5, maybe 10 breaths, depending how you're feeling in the stretch. And then exhale, slowly uncoil, changing sides, so taking the legs to the other side. Again, opposite hand to the front knee, holding onto the back of the chair. So you're almost creating a little bit of resistance. So you're pushing back and that hand to the front knee, and then trying to really create a strong, almost corkscrew throughout the whole spine. And exhale, slowly uncoil. If that felt really good, maybe repeat it one more time on each side. Or you'll move to the next exercise straight away, your eagle arms. Starting by bringing the arms out in line with the shoulders. You're going to come to wrap the left elbow underneath the right, okay? It's normal that perhaps the fingertips don't interlace. You're welcome just to allow the palms to touch as and where they are. And from here, depending what variation you take with the fingers, we want to think of moving the elbows away from the body. So again, feeling a strong stretch on the outside of the shoulders, but keeping the elbows in line with the shoulders. If you'd like to make it a little bit stronger, you can start to lift the elbows up. And then exhale, lower the elbows in towards the body, mimicking that cat stretch we did earlier. If you're working this, we'll do 2 more rounds. Inhale, lifting those elbows up. And exhale, rounding forward. One more time. Inhale, lifting. Elbows up towards the nose. Slight little back bend. And exhale, tucking forward. Gently release. Here's the tricky part. Let the arms come out in line with the shoulders. And we're going to swap sides. So you'll feel immediately if you go back to the same elbow on top. Again, try to find that interlace, otherwise palms are touching. At first, you're going to check in, keeping the elbows in line with the shoulders, moving them a little bit away from the body so you can feel that strong stretch in and around the shoulder blades. Either holding here or working into that full spinal move by lifting the elbows up. Exhale, coming forward, tucking into the body. 2 more. Last one. And gently release. Uncurling the arms, coming back to the seated position, that grounding position. We're going to close with a pranayama, a breathing technique called Nadi Shodhan. Initially, you might feel a little bit uncomfortable with the hand mudra. You can work a variation mental Nadi Shodhan, mental alternate nostril breath. But while we're here and we're together, I'm going to talk you through the hand mudra. You're going to work with your right palm. Index and middle finger rest comfortably on the brow center. Right thumb finds the right nostril. Ring finger is working to the left nostril. Okay? So feel that out for yourself. Light pressure, you're not pushing down with the index and middle finger. And the elbow is tucking back towards the body. Okay? You're finding as much length into the spine as possible. Take a moment, check in with the finger pressure, finger position. And you're going to come to inhale, prepare through both nostrils. As you exhale, close the right nostril, breathe out through the left. Inhale, breathe in through the left. Closing the left, breathe out through the right. And continue with that pattern. Inhale through the right nostril. Closing the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Closing the left, exhale through the right. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhale through the right. Closing the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Closing the left, exhale through the right. Final round. Inhale through the right. Closing the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. And the same as you exhale, release that hand mudra back down to the right knee. Keeping the gaze soft or the eyes closed. Checking in that the feet are about hip width apart, so we have that nice correct alignment from hips to knees to heels. Relaxed in the shoulder. Just come back to that grounding breath practice, exactly as we did in the beginning. Breathing in through the nostrils. Breathing out through the nostrils. Let's take 4 more deep breaths. Softly blink the eyes open, lifting the gaze. Namaste. There you have it, a really short, sweet, simple practice you can do at your desk anytime you're feeling a little bit tense or anxious or tight in the shoulders. Remember that posture and breath are interrelated, so if we're stooped in front of a screen all day, we won't be able to take in as much oxygen as we really do need. Also remember those deep breaths, those longer exhalations are really good for the relaxed response in the body. They help the parasympathetic nervous system, encourage the body to switch off our adrenal system, our cortisol, our stress hormone. So don't worry about the way you look. Try and work through anything that feels uncomfortable initially. And if you go to my website, www.teresamoody.com, if you click to sign up for my newsletter, you'll automatically receive a PDF with all of these exercises, transcripts, photos, explanations, or alternatively, you can follow from this video.